I came to the UAE with $1 and a dream. Let's go make that dream happen.
My name is Sohail Var. I'm a 26-year-old football club owner. But hold up, where does this story even start? Well, I grew up in Ottawa, Canada. I studied biomedical sciences. I then documented my journey to pro. I moved to Dubai, and I now own Qabila FC, a football club, a pro football club that was only built in 365 days. Okay, so I skipped a lot there, but for that, you can watch the rest of my videos. So from pro football player to pro football club owner, why? Well, here's a short recap.
A multi-dimensional athlete, not only focus on football, build a personal brand.
All-rounding.
A lot of my football teammates and former friends, they had football, but outside of football, they had nothing else.
So they were enslaved.
Okay, let's get into the topic of this video. What does my day actually look like? Well, I'm basically a firefighter. I put out fires all day. I wake up, fire out of nowhere, put it out. Another problem, I have to deal with it. But seriously, being a football club owner requires me to be on my A game. I need to be what I call an elite performer. And that for me starts first thing in the morning. Year one of the football club, I decided to be a player, be a coach, run the social media, manage finances, oversee the sporting department, close sponsorship deals, sort accommodations. I could keep talking for honestly 10 more minutes, but long story short, I am the conductor of the train. I am the operator. It has been extremely chaotic, very overwhelming. It has been what some may perceive as stress. I perceive as a staircase to ultimate success. But this has all been intentional. I knew and I know year one, I want to be involved in everything because I want to understand everything from being a player to being a coach, running the finances, sponsorship deals, everything. So then moving into year two, I can properly outsource everything.
The script gets ripped in front of me. I get cut. And now I'm walking back from the locker room.
Do you remember how you felt?
I felt very sad, disappointed, down. I stayed disciplined. I remember what the goal was, with the hope that hopefully one day I will get the chance to prove myself.
Man, I got goosebumps.
I make a big list. Now I get the contact information. I'm emailing every single day. I'm emailing. A couple of days go by. I check, no response. I email, I check, no response. 6 months in, 0 responses.
6 months.
Month
So
7,
remember how many emails you sent?
couple hundred at least. Month 7, I
Okay.
get a response. They reject me. But I got a response. So I had some hope. Okay? I got a response finally, you know? 2 weeks after, I get another response. They also reject me. Month 8, I get a positive response. I'm living 20 minutes outside of Salzburg in a rural area on top of a barber shop with a flatmate who was in the Vietnamese War, no legs. He's with crutches, doesn't speak German, doesn't speak English. Very grumpy guy. That's where I was put. The club put me there. So every day I come back from training, I'm in that environment. I had no friends, no social life.
Remember, high pressure and setbacks are an indicator that you're doing something great, something important, something meaningful, and that is a lot of my day right now. Problem after problem, setback after setback. But remember, every single problem is an opportunity for learning. It's an opportunity for growth. Guys, this year for me, I've had so many failures. Lack of funding, delayed payments, damaged reputation, failed proposals, the amount of things I've attempted to do that have not worked out over and over again. But one thing is always true. You're gonna face adversity. So why not make the most of it? The only failure is quitting. Everything else is just gathering information. One of the biggest things for me recently has been, and I've always done this, speed and execution. I wake up,
what are the things I can do today to move the vision forward, but I go extreme with it. If it's meetings, it's not just 2, 3, 4 meetings, it's 10, 20 meetings. Because in my mind, the philosophy is every single meeting, every single interaction is a swing at the bat.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
So the more swings at the bat you take, the more chances of hitting that home run, whether it's you want to close a sponsorship deal, you want to get a partnership.
So I think one of the most important things is with speed and execution, you got to plan and structure.
Yeah.
So you want to, like, you wake up in the morning, you want to make sure the night before you've got a structure in your calendar.
Yeah.
To be able to execute quickly.
100%.
Right? Because if you don't have the structure, you can't execute quickly.
How do you optimize speed and execution? It comes in the preparation. It comes in the planning. And for me, the most important phase of your day is always going to be the night. Because the night, that's when most people, they're on their phone, they go to sleep, they wake up super reactive. That night, the previous night, if you can already plan the day ahead, what are the meetings you're going to hit? What are the intentions you have? What are the targets you want to hit? Your execution is going to be able to 10x.
Because if you're going to execute something fast and to an 80% confidence level, that's how I work out, a formula of 80%.
Speed and execution, that is how I live my life. It's literally on my mind every single day. I have to move fast. I want to move fast, and I have to execute and do a lot. I want to sign a pro football contract. Well, let's do it in 1 year. Build a pro football club. Well, let's do that in 1 year. I never have things figured out. I just have the confidence in being able to figure them out. Again, key point, you don't have to have things figured out. You just have to have the confidence in being able to figure out the process. What is the goal? What is the target? And then believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to learn, to upgrade, to grow, and figure out the process. So when I decided to build this pro football club, I didn't know how to do it. I actually just day one of building a pro football club in 365 days. But on day one, I was fully confident that I could figure out the process. And then I backed it up with speed and execution, and that's how I live my life every single day. So every week, every day, I take lots of different meetings because one meeting could change everything. But I make sure they're relevant because nowadays I get thousands of DMs and messages. So I have to filter out the irrelevant ones, and then I make sure I take the ones that are aligned with the vision. That's always been my philosophy. Swing, swing, swing. Just keep executing, move fast, and something will eventually work out. The exciting thing is you are always only one decision away from a totally different life. One person, one meeting, one conversation.
So my schedule right now is crazy busy. If I had to describe it, overwhelming, chaotic. There's so many different moving pieces, and every day there's challenges that come up out of nowhere. And I'm the one, as the operator currently, who has to put out all of these fires. But the thing is, anything worthwhile achieving in life, if you want to achieve anything great, it's going to require an incredible amount of discipline, work ethic, organization, and accountability. I would say the most difficult thing so far has been being hit with unforeseen setbacks with funding and resources. So imagine you've got a football club, requires resources to operate, worked so hard, late nights, early morning to make the perfect plan, went to events, met different people, did so much connecting, so much networking, came up with this perfect plan of how it's all gonna go. And then we were hit with some trouble with the resources that we were supposed to have access to. So in that moment, I just had to adapt. And I remember I was playing at the same time. So I would be having meetings until 5, 6 a.m. at night. There was a lot of back and forth, a couple of difficult situations that I was put into. When I wake up tired, when I wake up fatigued, when I'm hit with problems and challenges, I remember God planted this dream in my heart for a reason, and I'm here to impact so many people's lives. So if I stop, if I show up at 50%, their lives are not going to be able to be what they really could have been because of the impact that I could have made. So, you know, if you're currently demotivated, if you're tired, if you wake up fatigued, just remember who out there is waiting for you to show up as your best self, for them to have a better life. Your parents, your friends, your community, the people on the come up who you've already gone through those mistakes. You get to inspire them. You get to make that impact. If you don't show up at 100%, the gift that God gave you, you're not doing justice. So let that be the driving source. Let that be the fuel. And that's what fuels me every single day. So we're in Dubai, the hypest city in the world, the city where everything is possible. Any idea can become a reality. I had the idea, I want to build a pro football club in only 1 year. And we made it happen with your support. So busy day today. We had a couple of meetings. We trained.
Next up, we've got a wellness event that we're going to be heading to. A couple of deliverables and commitments to fulfill on the sponsorship side of things. And then after, of course, we've got our league game tonight. It has to be a win. In my mind, it's no other way. We're going to get the 3 points. I already visualized domination. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm putting it out into the universe. Tonight, we're going to score a bunch of goals, clean sheet, dominant performance. Watch. Right now, I would say there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders because there's a lot of people underneath me. Their lives are at stake. So I have to show up every single day. I have to perform, or else things come crumbling down. And again, some may perceive it as pressure. I see it as a tool to excel. I call it God's gift. So even though some situations come up when we think we need them the least, you have a plan, things don't go according to plan. That has happened over and over and over to me this last year, and every single day those situations happen. But when that happens, when things happen and you feel like maybe they're not best for you, do you look at it as a negative event? Or can you be wise enough to see the deeper opportunity that this situation in front of you right now is an opportunity that you have long been waiting for? What if that's the case? What if that is truly the case and you're just approaching it with a negative attitude? Change your mindset, change your perception, change your life.
Fit in the boxes, stop it, quitting was never an option, exhausted, this passion is never exhausted, and you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
The wellness, the breath work, and all these different tools is because, for me, crazy busy life, especially now running the pro football club, the amount of chaos and the amount of problems that have come up, unimaginable. But if I can control my mind, I can control anything external. So when I do the breath work, when I use these other wellness tools, for me, that's my reset. I ground myself. I can fully become aware of what am I actually thinking about, what are my thoughts, and if I'm in full control of that, anything external starts becoming easy. Exactly. And that's why when I come here, I have these experiences, it just reminds me of that.
Especially the breath work, no limiting beliefs, no doubts, no blockages, nothing is holding you back, and you just like kind of linger in that moment for a while. You know, it just inspires you all day. You feel productive, you don't procrastinate. Whatever you want to do, you just do it. You don't think it, you know. It's like, like when is the right time? It's time now, all the time. And that's why breathwork is powerful.
Those 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes where all you're focused on is like literally the simplicity of the breath. It just allows you to clear your mind and become intentional. And for me, that's been one of the biggest things, morning and night. If I can master my morning and my night, the middle of the day, execution is 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
The most exciting part of all of this is probably the games. Like, imagine putting in all of this work. We built a pro football club in 365 days, made this plan for finances, sorted the operations. We did everything for 90 minutes every single week. We have a league game, and at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is 3 points. We get the win. The players are happy, the staff are happy, the business actually does well. It's a positive for the business. And if the opposite happens, it's a negative outcome. So obviously everybody sees the games, but nobody sees the behind the scenes work that goes into it. Setting up the venue, all the UAE FA commissioner work, prepping the staff, getting the players ready with all the resources. So my goal with the rest of the team behind the scenes is basically optimizing everything for the players and for the staff to be able to perform on match day. By the way, we're currently in the UAE Third Division. Any new pro football club here in the UAE joins the Third Division, and we're at the final part of the season in year 1. If we get promoted in our first ever year, by the way, I'm being a little bit humble, when we get promoted in our first ever year, we're going to be writing history. We built a pro football club in only 365 days, and then in our first ever year as a pro football club, we get promoted. Something that's never been done before.
Balls in with me, hey. Standard now, yeah, right away. Right away.
Make a mistake, fuck it. Don't worry about it. Continue going.
We are here to win, okay? We work like team. We play our football. Help your friend.
the past few weeks especially, the passing has improved so much. I think tonight was a very dominant performance. First half, I think led by the front with Papis. Everything goes into him, sticks. Charlie Owens in there with Vida and Gennaro. For me, them three just made us tick tonight.
Yeah.
Webby with his leadership didn't stop all night, just command, and very, very good, and we need that. I think that's what's been missing in the games that we've struggled.
Built the club in 365 days, something that's never been done before. Legacy move. So you guys coming on board, just creating legacy together. And then the impact that we can make in the community with some of these activations, I think is going to go next level.
I agree. So my vision with the company is obviously, as you've seen, how much we've grown in the market and how much Al Qabila has grown also. And seeing you guys become a professional footballer and a professional team in like 365 days is how we also started off, you know, like we rebranded our company and then word of mouth we sold to our clients without any brand awareness, any marketing. So,
and I think we have that similar goal of we both want to take over the market. And one thing that I'm very excited about is, you know how we built the logo with the fans and we let them build it. They gave their creative ideas, and then with the announcement we went to the Burj Al Arab 7-star hotel. We did stuff that's never been done before. And what you guys are doing in the space, I'm seeing similar things. You guys are doing things that's never been done before. So if we combine these two energies, innovation is going to go crazy.
So there you have it, pro football club owner in Dubai. Pretty chaotic and crazy schedule, but if you knew the why, it's all worth it. Definitely chaotic, so many unpredictable challenges, but I genuinely wouldn't have it any other way. God's plan. So first every year, let's see if we can get promoted. By the way, any questions you have about my life, drop them in the comments. I'm going to go through and for this video answer every single one of them and follow along to see if we can get promoted in our first ever year as a pro football club.